So with that, ads are done. So what's left? Delete. I think there's some more stuff here. More stuff to do. TBD. Okay, delete contact roles. So we'll use the same sort of pattern for delete. Well, first of all, let's add a handler for the click event. So it'll be here at this level. Gotta add a handler for the delete. Okay, we had handle delete. We don't have a function yet or a method yet for that one. So let's add handle delete. Handle delete. This dot. So this will be a separate event. It's not a contact role change. It's a delete event. New custom event. Contact role delete. And I just want the ID, really. That's all I need. And then we'll handle it up here. Contact role delete. Yes. Handle contact role delete. Event. So we don't want to filter. We actually want to set the DB action. Okay, so again, we will use our map. And we will say if, then that, otherwise return. We don't need to set the ID to null. We don't need this. Just gotta do this. And then this. Yes. So we're keeping everything in the contact role DTO and then overwriting the DB action that was in here to delete. Okay, so let's just make sure that that all works. Now, none of these rows are going to disappear yet because we haven't, the UI doesn't know what to do. It's just, this DB action is not even being shown in the UI. It's just an attribute on our object. We had to tell it what to do, but for now, let's just make sure that it's being set. So, okay, I didn't. Let's go ahead and console.log. So we have it. Cool. Delete. So delete, delete, and delete. So this should result in all of these being deleted. Delete, 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 delete. Great. So before we move on, we actually want the UI to reflect that, hey, we want to delete this. So in this case, what can we do? I mean, I guess we could do, can we do a template of here? Let's see. Let's see if it's equal to contact role DTO dot DB action does not equal delete. Oh yeah, right, I can't do that. Be nice if I could just do that. I think I'll just filter it in here. I think I'm gonna need another getter that will filter out any of these DTOs that have a DB action of delete. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make that private. I'm going to bring back the contact roles. But I'm going to use a getter. So let's do a get contact roles. This will return this. But first I'm going to filter. So keep that for now. So I'm going to filter yes. And then on top of that, I'm going to map. Okay, so what's going on here? So filter is another iteration method. It's just looping through all of our DTOs. And then this is the function that I'm passing into this. And it's saying, so this is going to return me a new array of all of these items, but only where this condition is met, right? So if it's not delete, then add it to the new array that that filter will return. And after that, the results of that return will have anything that isn't deleted, and then I'm just going to return the record, right? Because I don't need the DB action portion when I go to the UI. So because of that, I can now change this back to contact roles. This will be contact role, contact role, contact role, and we don't need this record anymore. Contact role. And I think that should work. That actually looks a lot cleaner too. Okay. And so why do I have this in a getter? It's so that, right now all our manipulation and reassigning is happening at the contact role DTOs, right? So having this getter here will then make this getter reactive whenever this thing changes, which will then re-render the UI. So that's why we need this getter. So let's go see if this works. Okay, cannot read of undefined. Because there are no DTOs when I get here. So if you just if this dot contact role DTOs, then return if not. Oh, and also, right. So let's just do this. That should fix everything, hopefully. No, didn't catch this one. No DTOs. Okay, so now if I delete, this row should disappear. Boom. Malika Corley should disappear. Boom. And if I check my DTOs, I'll see that this is deleted and this is deleted. Great. And the only part left is to now send this information to the server for delete. So we have this handle save method. We have the ones to save. I guess we could change this to upsert. And then we could have another one called contact roles to delete. Is this contact role DTOs map contact role DTO. Not map. I want to filter. Yes. Well, I need to filter, and then I also need to map turn only. I just need the ID, right? I guess it's okay, and just pass it the ID. That's all I need. Yes. So I think turn ID is equal to yes. I think that's probably right. Contact rules to upsert. I will need to filter out anything that has that delete is not equal delete. And so this should be just going to be consistent. Insert contact roles to delete. And if these two if the names of these are the same, then we could just shorthand it like this. So this is shorthand for just repeating the attribute and the variable, if it's a variable value. And so within my op contact role edit controller, I could say contact roles to upsert, and then also contact roles to delete, and that should be it. If any of these fail, the DML, then this method will throw an exception. It should be caught by the controller. I don't think we need to catch anything here, unless maybe we want to do some logging. But since I don't have my logger installed, we'll forego that, but it's probably a good idea just to wrap this in a try catch. If these fail, then log it, but then I'd still throw the exception again, because we do want to show to the user that something failed within this transaction. So I think everything is saved. Let's go see if this guy will work. So let's just try deleting. Say delete Brees So let's just make sure that everything is set. All right, I'm going to delete Brees save. Oh, okay, that came back, which is not good. But I'm pretty sure that this got deleted. Yes, good. So there's a bug here where that came back. Now what do I want to do? So it's my reset. So once the save is successful, I'm thinking now if it's better to just do a refresh, an Apex refresh. That might be the better way to go. The one issue that I've seen before is these rows get reordered when they come back from the wire, which I don't want. It seems a little bit jarring. So I'm actually going to keep doing this manually, and eventually if it gets a little bit too crazy, then I will go the other route. But I do want to keep some type of ordering so that when the wire streams this new data, the row order or the order of the rows don't change. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. I'm going to do this, but before I do that, I'm going to again do a filter. Filter, contact LWTO. It's not deleted. Yes. Let's do a shorthand for this. Okay. Let's delete Malachi Corley. Save. Great. And what if I want to switch with the database? Let's say I want to add Malachi back in as a tech buyer. Create. And let's just go ahead and modify this. Now this should be 3. Decision maker. Right, and Malachi Corley. Great. Could try deleting Aaron and adding 2 more. Let's re-add Aaron. I don't know if this is going to work, but find out. And Brees as a other. Okay, ID in upsert is not valid. here's the delete. Did a create, and I did another create. It should just be null. The DB action is create. So what's the problem there? Insert. Okay, just done the save. Okay, now what's going on? Okay. So what I did was deleted this, and I added two more, and I added Aaron back. Whatever. And then I also added Brees. Okay. And if I check my DTOs, all looks right. I didn't make any changes to Quinton or Malachi. I deleted Aaron, recreated him, and his contact ID should be the same. I did the create. This looks right. Okay, now I click save. Now it worked. Okay, now it worked. So this Aaron Rodgers, these two IDs should stay the same. This ID should change. Great. And okay, so that all worked, right? Looks like a syncing glitch there. Typical Salesforce, but we worked through it. Okay, so that handles the delete. Now there's a couple of other things that I want to do here. First of all, we need to clean up the code. Ensure only one row is primary. Ensure that we can't have two of the same contact in the same op. Right? You gotta do some checks here. Make sure that that can't happen. Right, so this is done. So let's get rid of these system.debugs. I think we're at a point where we don't need them anymore. And before we move on, let's clean up some of the code. It's a little bit messy. So here, taking the record and the DB action, I don't feel like we could do anything there. This filter map, I think this getter is fine. This handle add, that looks fine. Very short, concise method. It's also a very short, concise method. I think this one is a little bit too long. Okay, so let's just move this. This will be, what am I doing? I am get contact roles to upsert. Make it simple. Get contact roles to upsert. Contact role DTOs. Return. Get contact roles to upsert. Get rid of all of this. I'll do the same thing with this. Get contact roles to Right, the handle save looks a lot better. Yeah, looks good. All right, so clean up handle save method. Okay, so that should bring us to the end of the deletes. So I think we'll end it there, and I'll see you in the next one.